Hello everyone, welcome to week 4. I wanted to cover the information regarding the exam for next week and some study hints and tips this week as you prepare for that exam. The exam itself is going to be multiple choice. It's 60 questions and worth 300 points. There is no time limit on the exam. It is taken through the McGraw-Hill software program, and with that, a couple of things to cover in regards to studying. It is considered open book, open note. I would review each of the wikis, write down key facts that you find important, and then also, as I've stated in other previous videos, as you're taking the Learn Smarts, you should be taking notes, jotting them down, because all of that material covered on the exam is generally pulled straight from those Learn Smarts. So if you've done the work, done the reading, you should feel prepared walking into that exam. So with that, that's the format for all of my tests. There's occasionally some true false. There's occasionally a few fill in the blank and maybe 1 or 2 essay-based questions. However, the bulk of it is going to be multiple choice throughout the rest of the semester. So once again, use your time wisely, work smarter, not harder. As you're doing the Learn Smarts, be taking notes and review those wikis. So I do not do a study guide for the purpose of giving you the chance to learn better study habits and techniques. So that's how the exams will run over the next 4 exams. So 4 exams in total. If you have any questions, concerns, please reach out to me. Let me know. I'm happy to help. So once again, no time limit on those exams, so feel confident that you will not be rushed. You will also take it from the comfort of your own home or wherever you decide to take it. You do not have to go to the testing center, so you're open to take that wherever you would like, and that goes for all of the exams, including the final. So this week we are jumping in to really how to kind of start a small business. Last week we learned about some of the different types of businesses and ethics and corporate responsibility that comes with owning a business. A lot of times we see small businesses start out and actually not put in their state paperwork, create an EIN, those types of things. So hopefully you feel comfortable in knowing the differences between each of those business types, but that is how you would file with the state. So if you're in the state of Idaho, there is the Secretary of State website. You actually go in and fill out how you'd like to file your business. You can do DBA, so doing business as, which would be under the sole prop category. You can do a LLC. I own my own consulting firm here locally that I concentrate in the Pacific Northwest, specific for small business owners. And I decided to formulate an LLC because it was important for me to separate my business assets against my personal. So in case I was ever to be sued or to have any sort of litigation brought upon me, that I wouldn't be at risk for losing my home, my vehicle, anything that wasn't tied to the business. And so that was really important to me. I have a sister-in-law who's an esthetician that also has an LLC and carries malpractice insurance. And so with that, we're single member LLCs, and so we file taxes just under our same social security number. However, we have those EINs associated with our business, which is kind of your business's social security number. So LLC doesn't mean that it's 100% separate than the person. Once again, I file taxes and just roll up my business because I am a single member LLC. However, if there were 3 or 4 members to the LLC, we'd have to file taxes separately and not under one personal social security number. So those are a couple of things that small business owners tend to start to question as they get into the LLC world. So if you have questions, concerns, we can talk through some of the taxation with that, paying into quarterly taxes, those types of things. So if you are interested, I'd be happy to have some one-on-one conversations with you to help clarify anything along the way. As for this week's TED Talk, I've posted groups. Make sure that you find a TED Talk on kind of any topic that we've covered so far under the realm of business. You'll do a small write-up on why you chose it, why it's important, what it's about. Post the link to the video. Everyone in your group will then watch your TED Talk. They will respond to you, so you should have at least 4 or 5 responses, and it is the expectation that you have a conversation with that person. So ask questions for continuing conversation. If there was something that wasn't clear, definitely ask that, but you can ask things about how does this impact our community? Does that change your opinion on something? So make sure that you're really taking the time to continue the conversation. This exercise is one of the most important ones to me. This is really, once again, how you show your participation. So I value these over any exam score. So I grade these very, very stringently and make sure that we're getting added value out of the conversation. So spend some time in the discussion board, TED Talk, and really make sure that you're showcasing your conversational skills there. So I would expect by the end of the week you should have no less than 10 or 12 different responses across the board. So if you have questions, concerns there, let me know. If somebody in your group isn't responding, I will take that into consideration as well. So don't feel like you're going to be penalized if somebody isn't participating in your group. I look at it holistically, but no, it is quality over quantity, but there should be some definite continued conversation. I graded your work, so everything should be in up to date. So please check the grade book. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns. If you missed points on the writing assignment, it is going to be for 1 or 2 reasons. The first one would be that you did not cite and source any external supporting arguments. You didn't find any TED Talks, you didn't source any websites, you didn't use any other textbooks. There was really no supporting evidence to back up your claims, would be one reason why you lost points. The second would be that you just didn't have enough content itself. So these are, once again, personalized kind of conversations with me to showcase what you're learning, to show the application behind it. If you submitted 1 or 2 paragraphs, you probably did not do very well. I would expect that there's a page minimum. Some of you turned in 5 and 6, even 7 pages worth of phenomenal information. It doesn't necessarily have to be that long. However, if you feel like you're getting that added value, I would love to continue to read those. But it should be 1, if not more, pages. So make sure that it's really encompassing the questions and you're spending some time thinking outside of the box there as well. Most of you did really, really well. There was a handful of you that, once again, was just kind of a few sentences or a couple paragraphs, and you would miss points for that. I graded these fairly leniently this go around, just because you haven't had the opportunity to see my grading, so I'm setting the expectation that the next writing assignments will be graded fairly heavily. So once again, this course isn't about exam scores to me. As you can see, the tests are worth 300 points a piece, which really isn't that much in the grand scheme of things. So the discussion boards and your midterm are really where the bulk of your points come from. So make sure you're doing a good job in those writing assignments as well. So you can prove to me that you're learning and that you have that added value application. So those are graded much more stringently than any exams. I hope that gives you a little bit more clarification over the things that are coming up. If you have questions or concerns, please reach out to me. I apologize that the discussion board was still listed in the syllabus last week. That was an error, so I've taken that out and corrected that for the future courses that I teach. If you see any other errors or issues with links not working, please let me know. It always happens to be that technology, I miss 1 or 2 things throughout the semester, so don't hesitate to reach out. You're not bothering me at all. So with that, have a great week. Enjoy the little bit cooler weather that we're seeing, and if you have questions, concerns, comments, issues, anything at all, reach out to me. Talk to you guys soon.